All right, guys, welcome to the 6.1, 6.2 quiz review. This quiz went over using normal distributions. So, for example, finding the probability given a z-score and so on, and some word problems. So let's go over the first one. So for this guy, we need to draw the normal distribution and then shade the area. So that means that we're going to draw the normal distribution real quick before we find the answer. So remember, you always start out with 0 in your bell curve. So you have 0, and then you're going by ones. So that's normally how it goes for the standard normal distribution. And then, so you're going to label 0.35 is around here, 1.5 is around here. And then you want in between those two. So that's your shaded area. So that means we need to do the probability that z is less than 1.5 minus the probability that z is less than 0.35. So we got to subtract the areas when we find them in the z chart. So we're going to go to the z chart and find that now. Okay, so I'm going to pull that up now. So there are some values for the z. So we are looking for less than 1.5. So we want 1.5. So for 1.5, that's the same thing as 1.50. That's 0.93319. And we'll round it to 4. For some reason, it gave us 4 or 5 decimals. We'll do it to 4 decimals. And the next one is 0.35. So 0.35 is 0.6368. So we'll go ahead and subtract those, and we'll get our answer. All right, and that's our area. All right, so now we're going to the next one. So this one wants us to do less than negative 0.88. Draw the bell curve. So negative 0.88 is around here. And we want to the left, so we're going to shade to the left. All right, now we're going to use the table value. So all we're going to do is look up that table value. And that will give us our answer. The table by default gives us the left side, so all we need to do is look at that number, and then we're good. So negative 0.88, so 0.1894. Right there, yep, 0.1894. All right, and that's it. We don't have to do anything else. So now we want the probability that it's greater than 1.23. So again, same thing here. So 1.23 is around here. We want to shade to the right. We want greater than. So since the table gives us the left side, we need to subtract it from 1 because this whole thing adds up to 1. So we need 1 minus the probability that it's less than 1.23. Then look it up on the table. So 1.23 is 0.8907. 0.8907, which gives us 0.1093 if we subtract those. All right, and that's it for number 3. So number 4, the diameters of pencils produced by a certain machine are normally distributed with a mean of 0.125, so that's our mean. And a standard deviation, that's our standard deviation, 0.04. What is the probability that the diameter it will be less than 0.15 inches. So the diameter x is less than 0.15. So we're going to quickly draw the curve, the situation. So in this case, the middle is the average. So we got 0.125 is our average, and it goes by the standard deviation. So we're going to go by 0.04 on each side. So that means it's 0.165, 0.205, 0.245. 0.085, 0.045, 0.005. All right, so now we want less than 0.15. So 0.15 is around here. We want a shade to the left of that. All right, so now we're going to convert that to a z-score. So we're going to use 0.15 minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. And you're going to get about 0.63. So now we can find the probability that z is less than 0.63 from the table. So 0.7357. And that's our answer. Probability that we'll get a randomly selected pencil to have that diameter less than 0.63. All right, so number 5. A bank's loan officer rates applicants for credit. The ratings are normally distributed with a mean of 115 and a standard deviation of 25. If an applicant is randomly selected, find the probability of a rating that is between 95 and 130. So we're going to draw the bell curve. So in the middle, we have the mean is 115. We have a standard deviation of 0.25, or 25, sorry. So that means that in the middle we have 115, and then we're going by 25s. So this will be 140, 165, 190. Next we'll have 90, 65, and then one more number. That'll be 40. All right, so now we want between 95 and 130. So 95 is around here, 130 is around here, and we want in between. That means we want to calculate 2 z-scores, all right, for those two. So we're going to do z2, or well, let's do z1 first. So z1, so we're going to do the 95 first. 95 minus mean divided by standard deviation. So you get negative 0.80 z2. Now we're going to do the next x value of 130. So 130 minus 115 divided by standard deviation. So positive 0.60. So now we want to find the areas in the table and then subtract them. So we want to do the probability that z2 is less than 0.60 minus the probability that z1 is less than negative 0.80. So we're going to find those two numbers. So for 0.60 is 0.7258. Now we want negative 0.80. 0.2119. So we will subtract those and get our final answer. So you get 0.5139. So a little over 50% chance that this will happen, that you'll get somebody with a rating between 95 and 130 based on this data. All right, and that's it, guys. Good luck on the rest of your corrections.